Hello and welcome to the North Shore 9 postgame show, powered by Permani Brothers. I'm Cody. That's Neil. And Neil, we got a Paul Skeens masterclass, but where was the run support?
Episode 10 of the season of that same headline. The scriptwriters phoned it in this season, man.
Yeah, they really did. They're like, let's give these NS9 guys a bunch of losses to talk about that, their pitching did really well, but they just couldn't get any runs.
It's the exact same story.
It's rough. Like me and you were just talking, like we're really thinking about how can we make this post game different. And it's just, unfortunately, same old, same old. But we'll get into it. And before we do, we got a little bit of housekeeping. Bet Online. It's the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for all of your sports betting action. With the baseball season in full swing, we're deep into the NBA, NHL finals, and Bet Online has more ways to stay in on the action with the latest odds, news and scores, even live in-game betting while the games are being played. We keep the dog days of summer rolling with the largest selection of odds on everything, with updated odds on the MLB, UFC, boxing, to tennis and NFL futures. BetOnline remains the best online source for all your sports wagering info. In between games, head over to the BetOnline casino with all the top Vegas style games, including poker and live casino. BetOnline, the game starts here. A lot of run-on sentences in that read. Wow, I should have read.
Could you tell it was the first time we were reading that?
Yeah, that's a brand new copy, folks. So BetOnline keeps re-upping with us. We just got to give them a better read. But yeah, Neil, let's start this out with the best part of the game, Paul Skeens.
Yeah.
Those 8 innings, the jokes were already starting, I think, in the 6th inning that this was going to be a Paul Skeens gem with no run support, and he was going to lose 1-0. Well,
yeah.
The Astros were able to get 2 more runs, but we'll talk about that. But Paul Skeens, great outing, 8 strikeouts, 1 earned run. I can't remember how many walks, but it was, I think it had 3 walks.
1 walk. He walked one
walk?
guy.
Oh, thank God.
3 hits.
I thought it was worse for some reason. This game was so bad, I thought Paul Skeens played worse.
No, I mean, he was just money for major parts of this game. Like, he struggled a little bit at first, like people were getting on. He got that clutch double play there in the 2nd, I believe.
Yeah.
With a runner at 3rd. Like, he did run into some trouble, but then from like the 3rd to the 6th inning, like those 4 innings in the 8th inning, he was just so dominant. And his ERA dipped under 2 at one point. It's not there anymore. It's only at 2.05. So his ERA
only.
it's only at 2.05. But again, another start where he just cements himself at the front of the Cy Young race. Like after Wheeler blew up this past week, it's Paul Skeens to lose at this point.
Yeah, and like the only thing you can knock on Paul Skeens is his record, and that doesn't really portray the type of pitcher he is. He's the one guy I feel like. I mean, early in the season, there's that one game I think he gave up like 4 runs.
Yeah, he had one bad start.
Like that was one instance where I feel like all these other guys that are in the Cy Young race are, they're giving up quite a few runs on a pretty good basis. Paul Skeens has been nails, dude. I got depressed too early in this episode. In this post game.
I mean,
I just, you start talking about how great a guy is and you're like, but he's still losing,
What are we at now? Is it 4-9? Is it worse than that in Paul Skeens starts?
It's something like that. It's bad.
It's so bad. Yeah, I mean, like again, 2.05 ERA, and like the impressive thing is like at the beginning of the season, he was walking quite a few people. Yeah. He was wasting a lot of pitches, and then now to today, he turns around and extend his start. He has a 7-pitch inning or something like. I think it was 7 pitches,
Yeah,
right?
I missed it. I missed the inning. It was the 6th inning. I went to go get, like, water or something from my
Mhm.
kitchen because I thought, "Oh, I got at least a minute and a half, you know, that's the commercial time. Come back."
Mhm.
And I pulled it back up on my phone, and I'm like, "Why are we back up to bat?" And I texted Ryan because he was watching the game, and I was like, "What happened?" And he was like, "Skeens is dealing." I was like, "All right, I guess that's what happened." He
Yeah,
threw like I didn't know at the time, but I was like, he must have thrown 3 pitches and got out of there. But like you said, the 7-pitch inning, and it's like this dude was
he's
dope.
so good.
He was
Yeah,
dope today.
and like, yeah, is he a little home run prone? Like a little bit. That's probably the one. You know, the one knock is his wins. That's maybe the one knock you can really have in
Right.
his game. But I mean,
But
he
like
doesn't deserve this. Yeah,
compared to last year, the home runs, he's not giving up as many as he did. But I'm
yeah.
sorry, if you felt like you were going to go on a soliloquy, so I'll let you go.
Well, I was just gonna say this isn't even the worst Skeens loss.
Right.
This isn't even the worst one. Like it's the second one, nothing, but it's not even the worst one. He pitched a complete game against the Phillies, and it's the exact same result. Like, what can you say other than it's depressing to watch? Like they're making Paul Skeens depressing to watch.
I I had a buddy today. It's his birthday. Shout out Nick. I texted him. I said, "Hey, happy birthday, buddy. Love you." And he goes, "Love you too, man. I'm going to celebrate by having a few brewskis and watching your boy Paul Skeens." And I was really hoping it'd be a good birthday for my guy Nick, and it was not. He had to watch the Pittsburgh Pirates offense be anemic.
I mean, at least it was quick. He still has 3 hours. Like
True.
this game, they sped through this game because the Pirates can't do anything offensively. So hopefully he still can enjoy his birthday. Hopefully
I
he can go
hope.
do other things.
We will see. But let's finish up talking about the pitching. I think we've said all we can say about Paul Skeens. He's just great.
Yeah.
Let's look at Dennis Santana now. This is a rare occurrence, at least through his Pirates tenure, for Dennis Santana to give up the 2 runs, one on a homer, or the 2 on a homer. You know, I was not expecting that out of Denny Santana.
No. But I can't even bring myself to care. If like he's gonna blow up, you might as well blow up a little bit when
Right.
the offense can't score any runs. Like this is
Right, like, that's the one positive there, right, is that he blew up in a spot where the team probably wasn't gonna score enough to get them back into it anyway, so it's a wash almost.
which is crazy because usually you say that about like a pitcher coming in like in a 3-run lead and giving up a couple runs.
Right.
This is him coming into the like, 1-0 game and you still have zero confidence.
Right. Like, I love my guy Denny, but if he doesn't come in with a lead, like, the Pirates offense isn't gonna help him out on the back end.
Mhm.
It's just frustrating
No,
to
they
watch.
they weren't scoring 3 off Hater. It wasn't
No,
happening.
no. And I mean, not much else. I mean, do you have much else to say on Dennis Santana? That's literally all he
Not
did.
really. I mean,
Come
like he's
in, I
allowed
think
to bat.
he faced, like, what, 4 or 5 batters, and then they pulled him.
Yeah. I mean, he's allowed to have occasional bad
Yeah.
appearances. Like 219 ERA in the season. He's been nails. Can't complain too much.
Yeah, and I mean, he had a hell of a May. I posted that on Instagram. He was part of the top performers. He had a 1.25 ERA last month. He was awesome. So,
Mhm.
sucks to start off June this way, but it is what it is. And then what I don't really do you want to talk about Kyle Nicholas coming in? What did he
He
do?
didn't walk anyone.
Right.
Congrats. He didn't walk anyone.
Woo! Didn't walk anybody. So I mean, let's just get to the inevitable here. Let's talk about this anemic offense. I mean,
Oh my gosh.
what they had 4, 5 hits, maybe.
4 hits.
Yeah, that's what I
Uh,
thought.
walked once. So 5 base runners all game. 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position. And then we just kept running into outs. Not that I think it would have mattered too much, even if they were standing on first safe, but man, it was a whole package tonight.
Yeah, Matt is reminding us. Kyle Nicholas had 2 pitches, 2 outs. Very dope. So
I got
sorry, I didn't care to watch those last two pitches. I was just ready to get this.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I stepped away. I stepped away. I stepped
yeah,
away to get water at that point myself, and then Nicholas. I didn't realize Nicholas came in. Like,
right. Like I was prepping the
it,
show. I was like, this thing's over.
mm,
But yeah, like you said, the offense with 4 hits, just running into outs. It was just like, they'd get a guy on and then just a ground ball up the middle either sets up a double play or at least gets the guy in front out. So it was like you got to find a hole.
yeah, it was just so rough. And like, you know, first things first, the top four was a combined what? Oh for 0 for 13 tonight.
Yeah.
Like, that's just not good enough. And like, it kills everything. It's 0 for 14 if you want to throw Tommy Pham's pinch hit,
Right.
which it's crazy that our top offseason acquisition has to be pinch hit for by Tommy Pham because he can't hit lefties and he gets to
Right.
bat clean. I think there's a problem here.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe you should have kept Nick Solak to pinch hit in that situation. I mean,
Is the spirit of like Jim and embodying you tonight? Like,
I
is he
guess I don't
possessing?
know, man. I don't want to see Tommy Pham play any more baseball for the Pittsburgh Pirates. I would have been happy if they pinch hit David Bednar in that situation. Just switch it up a bit. I do not want to see Tommy Pham play baseball here. It was, the at bat didn't matter. I get it, but
Mhm.
just enough, man. He's taken up a roster spot. Like, just get
If
rid of him.
if he has to be the necessary evil to keep Jack Sawinski off this roster, I'm going to take it until the All-Star break. I will accept it.
I mean, yeah, that's a fair point, but at the same time, it's like the only reason that's the case is because the GM is convinced the guy he got, 3, 4 years ago is gonna figure it out, even though he hasn't figured it out in 3, 4 years. I
No,
digress.
but I mean, it's just I guess one other thing is like this is supposed to be this is the healthiest lineup. Like
Yeah.
outside of Davis for Bart, this is the opening day lineup that Ben Sherrington had in mind when he constructed this team.
This was the lineup
And
I've been looking forward to.
yeah, it was atrocious. And like, was McCullers good tonight? Sure, I can give him that.
Sure.
McCullers has not been good for a very long time.
Right.
To come out of here, like Paul Skenes versus Lance McCullers should be like the hydrogen bomb versus the coughing baby thing. Like you should win that game 99 out of 100 times
Yeah.
without fail. And we did it didn't even look competitive. There was not a single moment that I thought we were scoring a run tonight.
I mean, maybe I'm optimistic, but there were some decent at bats. Cruz put a couple together. There was, I think, at least two of his at bats. I think he went to a 3-2 count, and he's been doing that very often. So I give him
Mhm.
that. He does have the one thing I noticed. He needs to pick up on the slider, especially a slider from a righty. Like
Mhm.
you got to be sending that into the river. There was 2 pitches. I think it was in his last at bat. One was a
Yeah.
little further. The last one was a little further inside, but the one right before it, I was like, that's a river ball. You got to find that. And I mean,
Oh yeah, no. Brady was just tossing them over the plate.
right, he was they were just lobbed there. Like I think it
Mhm.
came in 88 miles per hour is the fastest slider he threw. But like O'Neal Cruz, I love you, man. You're having a great season. You're gonna have a 30-30 season. But when your team's counting on a run and you got a man on base, you got to at least put one of those sliders in play. And then I think that's when he hit the ball up the middle. IKF thrown out at second, or no,
Mhm.
not IKF. Was it who was it? No, it was IKF. He was the one that got on
Yeah, it's
base.
IKF.
He was
Because
the 9
IKF's the
guy.
only
Yeah,
offense we had tonight.
right. And he has been most of the season. But yeah, IKF gets on, but then gets thrown out on the ground ball, which sucks. And then the one thing I told you I wanted to talk about was O'Neal Cruz's slide in the second. And we
Mhm.
both agreed he can't do anything about it. Like, that was a great slide. He had a great game plan. go to the back of the base,
Yeah.
and it just sucks. Like, they just can't catch a break. Like,
Mhm.
not that he was gonna be batted in. Like, it's not like because what, McCutcheon came up and flew out anyway. If anything, he was gonna advance to third. But then
Yeah.
what? But then what, you know? So, just a tough luck for Cruz there on the steal, and he was mad about it, you could tell. He was like, "I can't
Oh,
believe I
yeah.
just" like, it was just an erratic slide, but he did what he needed to do, and it just was a bad
It had a
outcome.
great jump. Just slid too much, and, like, a lot of people like slide feet first, but, like,
If he
Cruz,
slides feet
I think
first, I think he's out.
100%, like, I think Cruz dives head first most of the time because, like, he's using his size to, like, get to the bag faster. I don't really have a problem with how he slid.
Right,
It happens sometimes, and it's unfortunate, but, you know,
right. And, like,
it
that's
just it was one of
I
those
hate
nights.
to bring up the negative with him because there's not a lot of it this season, but we don't have much else to talk about.
Yeah.
You gotta talk about your star player making mistakes, and, like, it wasn't even a
Yeah.
big mistake.
I mean, he had a nice catch in center field tonight.
Yeah,
A really nice
that one,
catch.
oof. The way he caught it, like, if he was half a step faster, he was getting that thing to the face. Like, he caught it behind his ear.
Yeah. No, and, like, the camera's not even on him, like, he kinda just swing like, he is so far out of his range, like, he's gonna, like, swoops in at the last second to get it. That was impressive.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be a
And
double all the way because the camera was focused on right field, and I was like, "Ah, he's not gonna get there," and then boom, O'Neal Cruz is right there.
mhm. Yeah, and I mean, the numbers back it up too, like, he's gone from, like, worst center fielder in baseball to league average center fielder, which is pretty much all you could ever hope for, and if so
Right.
good for him for putting the work in.
Yeah, like, Cruz is definitely, I guess, I wouldn't say offensively because we just said IKF has been one of the better hitters. But I think
I mean,
overall on this team,
he's been better than IKF on offense, let's be real here.
I mean, yeah, with run producing and slugging, yes. But there is an argument for IKF. He has the average, he gets on base, you can't deny that. But he's obviously not hitting in runs, and it's hard to hit in runs when you're batting ninth in the lineup, right? So
I don't hate him down there at the
no,
bottom
neither
9.
do I. I
I'm gonna be
think
so
that's a
honest. I'm gonna
great
be real
spot for
honest.
him.
Okay.
That's a
I
great
actually like
spot for him at 9.
I
I'm just
agree.
saying, when you're batting
Mhm.
9, 7 and 8
Yeah.
most likely aren't getting on base.
Yeah, when it's, Canario, Gonzalez, Davis, Hayes in front of you, there's not a whole lot of base runners to be had.
Right, yeah, it's unfortunate because what's his batting average right now? It's over 300 still, is it not?
310.
Yeah, he's batting
He's batting
310, so
310.
his OPS is 749, one of the best on the team. Well, that's 3rd best on the team, yeah, just behind McCutcheon. Like, it sucks that like we said, we love him in the 9 spot because he gets on base for the top of the lineup, but it's
Mhm.
like, it sucks that he has to be in the 9 spot. Like, it's
I
so
mean, again, like,
unfortunate.
if Reynolds has been hotter, so, like, he's been doing his job, like, you should feel pretty good that when Kiner left like, singles, Cruz, Kutch, Reynolds should be able to do something with it.
Exactly.
And obviously, like, I think one of my friends was asking me too, like, why does Cruz bat leadoff? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I'm like, you're not wrong, but
Right.
Cruz just works there, like, for whatever reason, it works, and so we haven't messed with it.
Right, like,
So,
that's one of those spots where it's like he's only batting first because we've tried him in every other spot of the lineup and it didn't work,
mhm,
and we just were like, let's try him at leadoff," and he's just on fire.
mhm. Yeah, so, I mean, darn, we're talking about lineup construction. Like,
I
I
know,
can't
right?
actually bat in the lineup. Like, this is a rough guy in.
I
I
know, I
mean,
just
I will say this because I've been hard on Horowitz. He did barrel a ball in his first at bat. Second at
yeah,
bat, 101 off the bat. He did get very unlucky tonight that he didn't get on base once. I will at least give him that. That
yeah, I mean,
while the
according
numbers are
to
bad now,
right.
hopefully the underlying data means that he's coming back.
Yeah, I mean, according to Savant, Horowitz had the most hard hit balls today. He had 3 hard hit balls. So,
Mhm,
he's just gotta find gaps with those. Um,
mhm.
Another thing, so I wanna go backwards because I did see this before we got on. and we kind of just glazed over it because of how upset we were about Paul Skeens getting screwed over. And he had 21 whiffs.
That's crazy.
We didn't mention that. Like, that's insane.
Yeah.
And McCullers had 9. Like, it's astronomical.
Dude, he's so good, man.
He's just too good. He's too good for this team. And it's a shame that
I can't have you saying stuff like that because that's where people start talking about you.
No, I know. That's why I was about to go.
Abide.
I was about to go. It's a shame that we don't have ownership that wants to build around it. At least in a what's the word I'm looking for? At least in a like accelerated capacity, you know.
Mhm.
I don't want to get into too much about the off season right now. I mean, it's June 3rd. This is not the time to talk about the off season. But I really hope right. I really hope that they turn around and be like, hey, this guy's better than we thought. Like we thought he was gonna be great. And everybody was like, oh, this guy's gonna be great. He's gonna be probably the best starting pitcher to ever play baseball. You need to add something around him. You can't, and I really think that Ben Cherington thinks that he can do what Neil Huntington did and just build up the farm system and have homegrown guys. Well, you've had 6 years and you've failed to do it.
Well, you know what Ben Cherington hasn't done that Neil Huntington did? Sign a multi-year free agent. Like he hasn't done that. Like it's been
What a concept, right?
Yeah, like you know how bad that is, and like he keeps saying that he has the money to do it. Like we've heard multiple players come out about like them saying that they have a chance to sign. Like we heard about Imanaga, we heard about Pivetta this offseason, we heard about several guys. Like get it done. Like this is
Right.
like I don't understand what is the end result. Because again, I mean, I guess Adam Frazier's not going to be starting every day, but Adam Frazier started for 3 months, and that's just not great.
Yeah, I mean, kudos to Adam Frazier. He came on the last couple weeks.
Yeah, he did. So yeah, like we always said, we've been saying it for years. Fire Ben Cherington.
Right.
Don't let him draft another player. Don't let him make another trade. This is embarrassing. I'm tired of talking about the same old stuff every time I get on this post game. I'd rather talk about other things.
I'd rather talk about a close loss in a pitcher's duel, like where the guys are not even a pitcher's duel, a close loss in a game where everybody's hitting the ball. Like I want to talk about a 12-11 loss. I don't want to talk about a 12-11 loss, but it's more fun to talk about a 12-11 loss than a 3-0 loss where your pitcher just was nailed.
100%. I mean, I'm never going to get tired talking about Paul Skeens, but I am.
True.
What does Doug say? Like Doug says, like this is it's like a pre-recorded show.
Right. Yeah. We just we recorded this 3 hours ago. Now we're throwing on the record.
Yeah.
It's just so frustrating. We're supposed to fill like 30 minutes. I don't know what else to talk about with this game.
What did you see any good movies recently?
I haven't, but you know what I do want to watch soon? It's a sitcom.
What?
Adults.
Okay.
Have you seen the ads for that?
I have not.
It looks funny. It's basically like, I guess, the elder Gen Z version of like Friends.
Okay.
So right up our alley,
Beautiful. Yeah.
We can relate to that.
Yeah.
Being the younger members of NS9, we can relate.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll go see Mission Impossible and try to forget about this team.
There you go. Our friend Paul wants us to watch Bad News Bears. I'd rather watch the Bad News Bears be bad than the Pittsburgh Pirates.
I mean, it just reminds me of the Pirates too much. I guess the Bad News Bears win in the end, don't they?
Do they? I can't remember.
I think they do.
I just know in the old ones, I think I only watched like the original and then like the remake with Billy Bob Thornton. But back in the day, they did like a bunch of sequels, and then one of them they went to Japan. I'm pretty sure. And I'm like, why Why are they going to Japan? These kids are bad at baseball. Why'd they go to Japan?
Travel ball is ruining America.
Travel ball. Yeah, let's talk about youth sports. That's what I was listening to The Fan. I think it was on Saturday. Jason Mackey had his show, and he I think the last segment on the show, I missed it, but he was talking about youth sports and how parents are ruining youth sports. That's the thing.
Let's text Jason, see if he can get on the call.
But that's the thing, Neil. There's so little good things happening with Pittsburgh sports that even Jason Mackey has to go on The Fan and talk about how youth sports are being ruined by parents. Like, nobody would care about that if the Pirates could score more than 2 runs every game.
Even if the Pirates were watchable, like if this team was watchable, they wouldn't be talking about that. Like,
and no slight to Jason. We love Jason. He's a great guy. It was a great piece, you know.
No, I mean,
but I can tell you, I don't think he wanted to talk about that. But he, you know, what else is there to talk about?
I mean, you gotta feel for those guys in The Fan who have to have their daily Pirate segment, and they have to talk about it for an hour.
Well, Pomp and what's his name? Joe? Is it Joe Starkey? Yeah, the Pomp and Joe show. They always you can tell when they have to talk about the Pirates because they'll start talking about basketball. It's so funny. They'll just, you know, they start talking about basketball and they're like, why do we care? This is Pittsburgh. We don't have a basketball team. And then Joe Starkey will be like, well, you can tell we got to start talking about the Pirates here in a few minutes. And it's like, yeah, you're right, Joe.
No, you can start talking about everyone's favorite Pitt athletics. We could talk about Pitt, Penn State, or
Pat Narduzzi wants that smoke. All right, I think we've
got a civil war in the chat.
Yeah, right. Yes, let's start a civil war in the chat. No, I think we've dragged this out for long enough. Once again, the Pirates fall 3-0 to the Houston Astros in the first game of the series. Paul Skeens gets another loss after a great outing, 8 innings, 8 strikeouts, 1 earned run, 1 walk. I believe I got that right. That was off the dome.
4-6 record.
4-6 record.
2.05 ERA.
Yeah. That's what, second best in the NL now? I think so.
Might be best. Who's better than him?
It's a good question. I'm not sure.
Because
I just thought I saw a tweet. I thought I saw a tweet saying that he was second best.
Luzardo got destroyed.
Right.
Hunter Green's not there anymore. Let me see. Pitching. Senga. That's it.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Kodai Senga has the best one.
Good for Kodai Senga.
Yeah, he's a dog.
I like him.
I do too. He's no Chris Bubik, though.
No. But anyway, we're going to get out of here, folks. If you enjoy what we do here at North Shore 9, please subscribe to the channel. If you want to give a little more, you can become a member. That's how people were doing the NS9, and they were doing little emojis of myself and Neil in the chat. If you just, become a member for 99 cents a month, you can do that. As Matt says, Matt, thank you. Like the video. Steel City DW, thank you for the 9. Being a member for 9 months. That's awesome. I can't believe you endured this for 9 months. If you want to,
Steel City DW has been with us since the beginning of these post games, man. He has been,
Steel City's the man. But if you want to do even more, if you want to be more involved, you can join our Discord. Link is in our bio here, or in the description of the show, I should say. You can become an MVP member on our Patreon for $4.99 a month. That's if you are really a sicko. Like, those are for the sickos. But with
Speaking of sickos,
Speaking
of sickos, we got 20 Steel City. He's giving us 20 gifted memberships. Man, what a man! What a
guy! But why would you do that to 20 people? Why would you? Oh, man. Those poor 20 people. Thank you, Steel City. You're the man. But
Thanks,
yeah,
man.
the Patreon is $4.99 a month. You get access to our MVP chat where you can talk directly to myself, Donardo, Neil, Doug, Tyler, all the guys. I mean, we're all active pretty much throughout the Discord, but that's a more intimate conversation sometimes. And then also
Yeah.
you get tossed into our giveaways, our monthly giveaways. We should be doing one soon. Now that I'm remembering it's a new month, we have a giveaway coming up. So join the Patreon for $4.99 a month, and you can do that. You can be a part of that, and we have other fun stuff that we do with that sometimes. But other than that, I think we're out of here, Neil.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here. Thank you, folks, and we'll see you next time.
Let's go, Bucks.
All right, that wraps up this episode of North Shore 9. Thanks so much for tuning in. Whether you're listening on the podcast or catching us on YouTube, if you enjoyed the show, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It really helps us grow. And if you're listening on the podcast, a quick review goes a long way in helping others find the show. Plus, be sure to tell a friend about us. There's always room for more here in the NS9 community. And for those looking to support us a little more, consider joining our Patreon, become an MVP member, and get exclusive perks while helping us continue to bring you more of the Pirates content you love. Thanks again for all your support, and let's go Bucks.